next one right here. Gabbard's sympathetic views toward Russia cause alarm as Trump's pick to lead intelligence services. Tulsi Gabbard, President-elect Donald Trump's choice to lead the U.S. intelligence services in 2022, endorsed one of Russia's main justifications for invading Ukraine, the existence of dozens of U.S.-funded biolabs working on some of the world's nastiest pathogens. Moscow claimed Ukraine was using the labs to create deadly bioweapons similar to COVID-19 that could be used against Russia, and that Russian President Vladimir Putin had no choice but to invade neighboring Ukraine to protect his country. In fact, the labs are public and part of an international effort to control outbreaks and stop bioweapons. Gabbard, a military veteran and former Democratic congressional congresswoman from Hawaii, later said she wasn't accusing the United States or Ukraine of anything nefarious and just was voicing concerns about protecting the labs. But critics in the U.S., including lawmakers on both parties, the comments showed a disturbing willingness to parrot Russian propaganda, a tendency that has earned Gabbard praise on Russian state TV. I mean, so people have really come out against Gabbard and Tulsi Gabbard, and and he's trying to push her as the head of the intelligence department. Like to lead intelligence services. So she's going to get all information, top secret information about the United States government. How can you give that to somebody who's come out and met with, I think, Assad from Syria, during the time of war against Syria, who's parroted Russian talking points, who everyone's saying that she's like a Russian, like they were grooming her to become basically like a Russian Sheila inside agent for Russia.
And she's gonna destroy our foreign agencies. I mean, think about how unsafe she's about to make us. We live in America where the last time we were touched, it was 9/11. I mean, historically, it was 9/11, and we commemorate that. We talk about, everybody got lost in 9/11, and our kids are so old now, they look at it like Pearl Harbor. Now, imagine this. This woman's going to destroy what we have around the world that keeps us safe, our intelligence. So we're going to get attacked here in America. And there's no one to blame but her because she's already an agent for Russia. She was with the one guy, the Tim guy. Remember, they had to shut down the one network because they were doing Russian propaganda to an American people. We just reported on it recently. I think we skipped that.
You're not talking about InfoWars. It's not.
It wasn't InfoWars. It was the other one. I can't remember what it was called, but they shut him down. Like a guy, Tim, but she was part of there. She was on there also, sending out Russian propaganda information. Hey, you know what? This is what America wants. If you want to give your country to Russia, that's what they voted for. Hey, let's have it.
Like they said, she had secret meetings with Syria's president, a close ally of Russia and Iran, attracting fresh scrutiny from Democrats and national security analysts who feared that Trump, as a director of national intelligence, she could give Russia a major win, undercutting in Ukraine. Like, this is really what this whole project is about. That's why it makes me so it's just concerning to watch Trump become president again at a time that we're in right now. You know what I mean? Like, we're in such a time that Russia's on the move, China's on the move, and we're going to take the eye off the ball, which is one of them is majorly Russia. You got two major forces that we're going to be basically dealing with at one time. America is really we're only one superpower by ourselves. Our NATO is not, even all combined, they're not really a superpower, even all combined, even all the rest of the people we have in NATO combined.
You know what? Donald Trump has said he's going to make sure we don't have any wars. We're going to stay out of all the conflicts. And I'm going to hold him to that because there's nobody that he can sit there and blame anymore. You can't blame Obama. You can try to blame Joe Biden because he just let whatever happen just now with the Ukraine missiles. We'll talk about that in a minute. But you have the House, you have the Senate, you have the DOJ, you have everything under your power right now. So as long as he keeps us safe and poor,
staying out of war is not keeping us safe.
I'm just saying.
Hold on, we had to get into World War II in order to keep America safe. So that's not always a thing. We believe that we don't need to be involved in wars. We need to be involved in this. What do you say?
Wasn't it because the Japanese attacked us?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We had So say if the Japanese would have never attacked, do you think that Germany was not going to attack the United States at some point in time? They call it like the Third Reich. All the things they talked
Germany
about.
If they would have never went to Russia, they probably would have dominated most everything.
And they would have came here next. They was going to. I mean, so it had nothing to do with that. Japan attacked us because Germany pretty much didn't communicate with them or didn't really give them any kind of little homie to them, and that's why they ended up attacking us because they understood that we were a problem in the South Pacific Sea, in the South China Sea. We were a problem in those areas over there for them, and we were hurting them by not selling them. I think we were not selling them like steel or something like that. We were doing something that wasn't helping them during the war. But the point of it is, though, it's like, man, when you got people like Tulsi Gabbard, who we already understood was willing to say and do whatever, went from one party to the next, maybe all based off of belief.
Yeah.
But in reality, you know what I mean? When you're really starting to look at things, met with a Syrian president, you know what I mean? It gets to the point to where, when do we stop looking at these people as we can even trust them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't really have a,
think America's going to be a different place in 6 months. I guarantee that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a much different place.
We're sitting here on borrowed time. I said that before. I've been saying that since we started the show. We're on borrowed time. So, I mean,